In this world, some humans have developed abilities that defy the laws of nature. These talent holders are called Kimyo. A guy named Chehat, who was once a human, gains the powers of one of the great four Kimyo talents, becomes mankind's greatest enemy, as he sought to rid evil from this world through any means necessary. Subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed up to this part. Let's continue. In Spain, we see an underground fighting tournament, mostly participated by Kimyos ongoing. Chehat, a human, is called to the octagon as his opponent. Cole is also introduced. Cole is mad that he gets to fight a weaker version of himself. Cole activates his talents, which causes spikes to form around his body. Cole begins the attack when Che blocks the attack. Cole follows with a kick, of which Che blocks with his arm. Cole drops his guard and taunts Che to attack him. Che moves forward and dodges a straight from Cole. Che gets an opening as he perceives to strike. It turns out to be a bait, as Cole makes his spikes come out at the open spot, which stabs Che. Che, seeing this, gets excited, which pumps his adrenaline. He does some crazy footwork. He jabs Cole so hard and fast that Cole couldn't think to counter. Che jumps mid-air whilst going in for a kick. Cole pulls out his tongue like a snake, seeing a delicious prey. He sees an opening and brings out his spikes to his arms. The opening suddenly vanishes. Che had stopped his kick mid-air and goes in for the spinning back fist. It also turns out to be a fake, as he punches Cole in the stomach. Cole grabs Che's arm and spikes it hard. It also turns out to be Che's plan. Cole's jaw is left wide open. With speed, technique, and power, Che throws a powerful punch to smash Cole in jaw, ending the fight. An hour later, we see Che in his dressing room cleaning the blood off his body. He gets to his house and sits in his bath, as we see painkiller drugs on his shelf. The next morning, Che and Tevin are dropped by Tevin's girlfriend in front of their dojo. We get to see their master named Leo Thomas, one of the heroes of mankind, and one of the humans holding the power of one of the four great talents. We see him training Azam, whose talent is speed. Azam attacks as Leo blocks the attack. Leo says that he is too predictable. He strikes Azam's body with Wing Chun techniques and hits him back with Tai Chi Kung Fu. Grabbing his hand, Leo uses Aikido to control Azam's body and kicks him away. Leo changes his focus on Che, as he calls Che. Che sweats gutters as he is scolded by Leo. Leo literally slaps the soul out of Che when someone starts to clap. It turns out to be the animalistic Rokash. Rokash was once a student of Leo who killed his own dojo mate. Rokash has the talent of the great Anubis, which makes him have an animalistic nature. Standing by their leader, the wolf pack threatens Rokash to leave the dojo. Rokash continues to taunt Leo when he gets enraged. Flames burst out of Leo as he shouts at Rokash. Rokash leaves whilst threatening the life of Leo Thomas. In the evening, Che cannot help it but worry about Rokash's last words. Leo cracks a joke to lighten up the mood as Che goes home. He visits the hospital as the doctor tells him that his body is deteriorating as a result of the constant injuries he gets in fights. Leo is seen reading his holy book. Suddenly, we see Rokash coming in with his nephew to kill Leo. The quiet dojo suddenly engulfs in flames as we see Leo bleeding from a bullet wound. We see Rokash in the ground and his nephew holding a gun. Rokash screams for his nephew to watch out when Leo gets behind him. Leo smashes Rokash's nephew into the wall as he collapses. Leo then says to himself that, although the bullet wound will kill him, he will make sure to rewrite his mistakes by killing Rokash. Rokash blocks a knee kick from Leo when he also counters with a punch, of which Leo dodges. Leo follows with a 1-inch punch which makes Rokash spit blood. Leo throws Rokash into mid-air and jumps upwards. He activates his technique named Falling Meteorite as he smashes Rokash to the ground. Seeing that he is about to die, he steps forward and uses his fingers to take out Rokash's eye out. He kneels to the ground and mentions Chi's name. We see Cheese and his friends at Leo's funeral. They plan to get revenge by participating in a fighting arena organized by Rokash. This is to expose him of his crimes. Chi and Tevin are the ones chosen to fight on behalf of the pack. 4 months later, we see the pack at the fighting arena. Tevin steps on the stage first as his opponent named Raz also steps onto the field. With great speed, Raz throws a kick to Tevin's face and quickly pulls back. That action alone was to scare Tevin. Tevin proceeds to attack when he is knee-kicked in the stomach. Raz moves so fast that he creates mirages and attacks Tevin. Tevin is taking the attacks when he starts to develop claws. His muscles also expand when his eyes also turns into that of a monster. We see Tevin's talent Shapeshifter. He becomes a rhino, utilizing all of its abilities. He throws a big punch when Raz dodges it. Tevin sees that Raz needs the ground to be able to move freely. Tevin lifts up his rhino leg and stomps on the ground very hard that it breaks. He catches Raz with one arm and uses the other to punch him in the chest, throwing him to hit the barrier. Chekym is introduced next as his opponent is a shape-shifting shark named Nanaku. Both fighters stand facing each other when they start to fight. They grab each other's palms when Chek jumps and kicks Nanaku away. Nanaku tears his shirt when Chek punches him in the face. Chek slips to the side and uses his elbow to smack Nanaku at the back of his head. Nanaku tanks the attacks and grabs Chek by the neck. He uses his claws to rip Chek's clothes and tear through his flesh. Nanaku dodges a punch from Chek and jumps into the sky. He kicks Chek backwards and licks the blood on the ground, which increases his strength. Like a predator hunting its prey, Nanaku continues to cut various parts of Chek's body. He screams out as we see his body becoming bigger and bigger. He jumps mid-air and attacks Chek. Chek doesn't fret and dodges the attack. He also continues to counter with punches even though they aren't effective now. Chek dodges various attacks and gets behind Nanaku. Using the strength in his legs, he lifts Nanaku up and slams him on his back. Nanaku, who has evolved, cannot possibly be taken down by this. He grabs Chek by the hair and slams his face to the ground. He jumps towards Chek, opening his mouth, ready to devour. Chek thinks to himself whether this is where he dies, but fate seems to be on his side as we see the flames of Leo Thomas flaring around him. He sees one of the greats, the actual owner of the flame talent, as fire engulfs the whole arena. Hemlock, one of the cubs, uses his ashes to block the fire from spreading. Azam uses his speed to save a woman when Tevin blocks the heat with his body to save some kids. Just then we see Chek, once a talentless human, now possessing one of the power of the greats, a power that has been passed down through centuries ago, and now Leo Thomas has passed it to Chek Hart, who now bears the flames of the Ilios talent. He sees Nantuku taunting him, as he wonders how it would feel when he burns Nantuku to crisps. Tevin screams for Chek not to do it, but it was too late. Nantuku had been burned to a crisp as Rokash comes out. Whenever Rokash's animalistic behavior comes out, his rationale goes down. He ends up confessing to killing Leo Thomas when the police, headed by Inspector Ian, comes to arrest him. Rokash turns to go as Chek tells him that he killed the man that raised them with love and kindness, but there was one mistake he made. The next time he kills an alpha wolf, he should make sure to kill its male cubs. A ban on Kimyo powers is issued. As we see Chek at home, we see the niece of Leo Thomas, a master of weaponry. She comes to Spain, looking for Chek so he can proceed to his next training. To watch the next part of this video, subscribe to the channel to not miss out, and turn on notifications.